All right, welcome back, students. Today we're looking at from 7.2 dividing monomials. We have two learning targets. One is I can divide monomials, and the second one is I can raise fractions to powers. So again, we're still looking at monomials like we did in the last lesson, but today we're looking at division and then raising fractions to powers. So first then, in dividing them, to divide powers with the same base, you're going to subtract the exponents. Top minus bottom. So the exponent of the similar base or exactly the same base on the top, you would take that exponent and subtract from it the exponent on the bottom with the corresponding same base. Let's look at a couple examples. We have x to the eighth over x to the third. What you're going to do then is take x to the 8 minus 3, again, the top exponent minus the bottom exponent, and that would end up being x to the fifth power. Second example, we have x to the third y squared on the top, and we're dividing that by xy, which is the denominator. So we take x to the 3 minus 1 because we have an exponent of 3 on the top corresponding to the x, and even though we don't see an exponent by the x on the bottom, remember we don't write anything to the first power, we don't write an exponent for that, so we'll just label it x, but there still is an exponent there of 1. So x to the 3 minus 1, and then y, we have y to the second power divided by y, and so we exponents there are 2 minus 1. So that ends up being x squared y. Again, the key thing here, and I use this one on purpose, is that when you're subtracting exponents and you don't see an exponent by an x or a y or any other variable for that matter, treat it as a 1. And then you would be subtracting the 1 from that. So we would have x squared y for our final answer on that one. Let's look at a few more examples. In this one we have 8 over 2, and then we have on the top, along with the 8, we have c to the fourth, d to the third, and on the bottom we have c squared, d squared going along with that 2 we talked about. So you would read this as 8 c to the fourth, d to the third, over 2 c squared, d squared. Again, instead to the third, you might hear the word cubed. Both of those are perfectly good ways of describing it. So now just using the rules we've learned, okay, 8 over 2, we know that's going to be 4. Just 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then when we're dividing these exponents, or the variables with the c in it, we're going to subtract the exponents. So c to the 4 minus 2 is going to be c squared. And then d to the 3 minus 2 is going to be d to the first. So our answer for this is 4c squared d. And then on another one here, 2/3 raised to the second power, that's 2 to the second power over 3 to the second power, and that's going to end up being 4 over 9. Okay, so that's just a quick look at taking fractions and looking at the numerator and the denominator and learning that we subtract the exponents, the top exponent minus the bottom exponent, to come up with our answer. So let's look at the other case that we talked about, raising a fraction to a power. You're going to raise the numerator, or the top of the fraction, to the power, and the denominator, or the bottom of the fraction, to the power. So you're just going to treat them separately for a moment and raise them both to the corresponding power, and then see what we end up with. So in the first one we have 3/5 raised to the third power. That's going to equal 3 to the third over 5 to the third, which is going to be 27. Again, that's 3 times 3 times 3 over 125, which is 5 times 5 times 5. So for example 1, the answer would be 27 over 125. Then example 2, we have 2/7 raised to the second power. So 2 to the second power is going to be 4, and 7 to the second power is going to be 49. So our answer would be 4 over 49. So this is just to get us a start to understand how These things are applied when we're looking at dividing monomials and then raising fractions to powers as well. Hopefully this will make some sense to you, and if you have any questions, I'll look forward to hearing them, and also look forward to seeing all of you in class very soon. Thanks very much for listening. I appreciate it, and again, we'll see you very soon. Take care.